Welcome everybody to another episode of Real Life Matters. Today we have on the show a very articulate business professional, but she's from Toronto, but she's not in Toronto right now. She's in Nova Scotia, but we'll let her explain that afterwards. But anyways, without any further delay, I'm going to introduce to you Patricia Allen of Allen's Arbitration Services. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you.
Man, you're looking good there.
Thank you.
You're in front of you're at the harbor front in Nova Scotia, right?
Yes, I'm at the Halifax Hotel.
Okay. And we know what kind of business you do, legal business, right? But anyways,
Yes.
we want to step back. Where are you from though? Just tell us a little history before we get into what you do.
I'm originally from Prince Edward Island, born
Wow.
and raised. And
Okay.
I spent 10 years living in Halifax before I moved to Toronto, Ontario.
And you got a little bit of Caribbean in you too. That's what you tell everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I visited Cuba, and most of my friends are from the West Indies, Spanish. I visited Cuba, and I love the islands. I love the West Indian people. They're all my friends in Toronto, and they're wonderful people, and I love them. And my next trip is to Cuba after this voyage.
Quarantine.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know that you've been doing a lot of legal work, and you've owned several legal practices, and that's a bit of my background too. So you do adult disputes resolution, civil litigation, wills and estate, personal injury, accident benefits, and claims. So what's the main thing people come to you for to do?
Well, basically, the focus of my practice right now is civil litigation. We're in civil litigation for several motor vehicle accidents. And as you know, with a motor vehicle accident, there's two parts to the accident. There's an accident benefit part, and there's a tort part, which is civil litigation. So the lawyer that's associated with my office and we've been working on files for the last 5 years. So we're into settlements right now in regard to those claims, and we look forward to successful settlements and hopefully moving on to some other cases and other files. It's been a lot of hard work and determination, but we've done it. Lawyers work very hard. People do not realize the amount of work that goes into civil litigation and accident benefits. The lawyer and I have worked on these cases over 3 years. So it's been a lot of hard work and determination.
Because these cases take a lot of time, as we
Yes.
can see, and you're more personable with the people, because it seems like because you'll go to them and they can come to your office, and you really dive right in because that's your experience, because you're more people oriented, more than just, okay, I'm just going to take your case and stuff like that, right?
Yes, exactly. One of my clients actually had a previous case in 2013 that had not settled, and he had come to me for help, and we had actually settled the tort part of his case. And then he had a new motor vehicle accident in 2017. So we took on his 2013 case, and we took on his 2017 case, which turned into 4 cases, and we've settled one, and now we look forward to settling the other 3. But it's been a very big challenge for us as the insurance keeps denying him benefits, but we keep fighting for him. So hopefully we will be successful, and hopefully we will see light at the end of the tunnel on that.
Okay. So what I know you specialize in a lot of different areas of law, but what is your favorite part to do? What do you like? What kind of cases do you like?
I like to work with motor vehicle accidents because I actually had a medical company for 20 years prior to my legal practice. So according to the medical encyclopedia, I'm equal to a practical nurse in knowledge and also in skill in regard to medical. So I really enjoy doing motor vehicle accidents because I have 20 years of medical experience behind me, as I owned a previous medical company and actually had hands-on working with clients that were disabled or infirmed for whatever reason. And I did work with quadriplegics that were in motor vehicle accidents that were paralyzed. And one particular client could only use a mouse stick, and he's here in Nova Scotia. And I look forward to seeing him. And also another client that actually was paralyzed from the waist down from a motor vehicle accident. And I actually got to work with those patients personally on a personal level as a care attendant when I had my medical company. So as a legal professional, I really have passion for the people that are disabled in regard to as a result of their motor vehicle accidents. And it makes me want to really work hard to fight for them, to get as much as possible as I can for them out of their benefits.
Right. And that, that takes a lot of, that takes a lot of willpower because there's a lot of paperwork involved in that. You got to get a lot of different angles and issues and dissecting all the different possibilities. And sometimes it's hard to work with them because sometimes their mental after the accident, they're not really thinking, and you have to talk to them to try to make them remember certain things. Is that correct?
Yes, most certainly. Sometimes you actually have to become I specialized while I was studying my legal ethics. I specialized in power of attorney and litigation guardian for persons under a disability. I had a previous company while I was studying law, and that particular company enabled me to be an advocate for persons under a disability. And that really has strengthened my ability to be able to handle these cases. And that's been a really good asset to my practice and to my experience. Some of these individuals, yes, they need an advocate. They need not a lawyer. They need a power of attorney or a power of attorney of care to actually steer their case.
Well, you can see that your heart is actually into this. This is what you enjoy. Plus, with your medical background and all your ability, you're really into these cases. So is that what you could tell people? Listen, if I come to me, or I'll come to you so I can take your case? Or, how do you basically tell people, market your business so that the cases can come to you?
Well, basically, I've specialized in litigation guardian and power of attorney over 20 years.
Woo.
So if individuals feel that they need an advocate for their case and not a lawyer, not a legal representative, but they need an actual power of attorney or a guardian to go to bat for them in the court, I have 20 years of experience in that field. And actually, that does not make you entitled to represent your client as a legal representative. Actually, as a power of attorney or a power of attorney of care, you actually have the responsibility to retain an attorney. So these individuals cannot actually sometimes communicate with a legal representative. They cannot actually communicate with a lawyer. So I could actually be an intervener that could actually communicate with the lawyer on their behalf.
Okay, so basically, when you're telling the people that you are like the mediator between the lawyer, the legal representative, you're the one, so they can tell you things that maybe, because sometimes a lot of the legal jargon might be difficult for them to understand, right? And then maybe there might, and a lot of people sometimes get very intimidated. They can't remember things when they're in front of the law, the judges and stuff like that. And you're the one that's able to go to the bat for them. So that's why people should come to you to go, so that you can go to the bat for their cases.
Exactly. And they actually save a lot of money because actually cases have to be organized prior to ever coming to an attorney. Attorneys charge a lot of money. And if your case is organized and you actually have a power of attorney, if you really need a power of attorney, if you have mental challenges or you have physical challenges or you have any challenges that's preventing you from actually getting your case together, you need an advocate, you need a power of attorney for your case prior to ever hiring a legal representative.
So basically, what you're going to tell the people is come see Patricia Allen and come to you because, you're personable, you have the experience, you have the history, you know what they're going through, and you know how to deal with them And they don't have to be afraid to come to your office. You know, I guess with the pricing and stuff like that, that can work out after, but you know, they can still come to you and get that consultation and also get that personal touch which you offer.
Exactly, exactly. And a lot of times the file has to be organized, and it's much better if they have a power of attorney. They can appoint a family member or a close relative or a close friend who can actually protect their interest in the case. And this saves a lot of time and money prior to ever hiring any attorney.
Okay. And Pat, I want to ask you about the adult dispute resolution. What does that mean? So people could, you have that on your business card. So I just wanted to know what that meant. If you could define that for the people out there.
Well, an arbitrator is actually a judge. There's a lot of cases going through the court that is backlogged. The court takes a lot of time to settle cases, and as you know, time is money. So if you appoint an arbitrator, I'm a certified arbitrator in the province of Ontario. I actually can arbitrate a case anywhere in the world. Any company can hire me, and I can arbitrate a case anywhere in the world. I have the certification for that. And actually, if your case is taking a long time in the court, you can appoint an arbitrator to arbitrate your case. That arbitrator is equal to a judge, and that arbitrator can make a decision about your case, and it's legal and binding. And whether there's a legal representative on each side for each party, the arbitrator is the judge. So I'm actually equal to a judge if I were to be retained as an arbitrator. That is a special position, and that has special qualifications. Most arbitrators are lawyers that have a lot of experience in civil litigation. I happen to be in a privileged position that I've obtained my certification. 3 more years, I will be a lawyer myself, but in the meantime, I can actually arbitrate a case anywhere in the world.
Well, that's good to know. And, you know, I just wanted the people to know, where can they find you at if they want to, you know, they want to locate you. Of course, you could see them on Real Life Matters or have the information there on the screen, but where can they connect with you?
They can send me an email to arbitration1pat@outlook.com, and that would be fine. They can send their inquiries to my email.
Okay. Well, you know what, Pat? It was so good talking to you, and you know, you educating some people, because some people probably wouldn't understand what arbitration and an arbitrator is. And you know, and you're out, and she's in quarantine, people. This is Real Life Matters. This is showing you Patricia Allen is in quarantine in Nova Scotia in the hotel. She can't go to actually PEI yet because to see her family, because she's in quarantine for 14 days. But I know she wants to show us the lovely view at the hotel before we sign out. So Patricia, can you show us a little bit of the view, yes, so people can, yes, see what Nova Scotia looks like?
Yes, I will. I will disconnect everything now, and I will show you.
All right. This is Real Life Matter, people. This is how it goes. Wow. Wow. We can bring your camera down a little bit so we can see the water. This is the Maritimes for people that that are watching, and Nova Scotia, the eastern part of Canada. This is where Patricia is. She's coming back inside her hotel room. That's the only person she could visit right now is balcony friend. Or friend of the balcony.
How did you like it?
I love it.
Did you get it?
Yes. So Patricia, yeah, is there anything that you want to leave out or tell anybody, good advice before we sign you out?
Yes. I want to let the paralegals know in Nova Scotia, where I originally took my paralegal training, I took my paralegal training at Success College in Sackville 10 years ago. And I went to Ontario to pursue my legal profession. And the law was changing at that time when I arrived in Ontario. And the paralegals actually became licensed as practitioners with the lawyers. But there was a catch. The catch was that you had to attend a certified college in order to get your certification to practice law in Ontario. So I went back to school and I took my paralegal course the second time with Harrison College. And I'm eligible to practice as a paralegal in the province of Ontario. We practice next to lawyers. We are sole practitioners. But I decided to further my expertise by getting certified as an arbitrator. And actually, I've established my own law firm. And I have lawyers that actually work for me. They're called in-house counsel, in-house associates. So I actually am in charge of my own law practice. So I just want to tell all the paralegals in the East Coast that cannot practice as sole practitioners to make it a goal to go to Ontario after the pandemic, after there's a vaccine, and pursue their legal profession. And if they want to become lawyers, I really encourage that, as I'm now going to register for my LSAT in quarantine to study to be a lawyer. And I really encourage East Coast paralegals to pursue their education, pursue their career, and not to give up, despite the pandemic, despite COVID. Whatever their goals and whatever their dreams are, they can come true. With a lot of determination and focus, you can become whoever you want to become.
Well, that's great advice, Patricia. Kudos to you and all your, your life work and your life. And of course, you're going on and on. We're going to be here for a long time, even after this pandemic. And
Yes.
I do want to thank you today for you coming on, for you taking the time during the COVID. You're also in quarantine. I want to thank you for, letting people know what you do and what your business is and where you're at. And now they know that, okay, you're in Halifax, as we saw. But it was, I welcome you to come back and, again, when you get back. So I hope you would come back.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can do another show. Hopefully we can do another show when I'm in Prince Edward Island.
Okay.
And hopefully we can encourage some East Coast students to really focus on where they want to go and what they want to be despite the pandemic. There's always a way around things. I've been totally focused with my work in Toronto before I came out here, and I want to give my gratitude and my appreciation to thatchannel.com and to you, Riley, for supporting me in my work ethics and enabling me to be where I'm at right now. The studio contributed to that, and I was able to be successful and obtain the funds to actually be here. So I want to give my gratitude and appreciation to you, Riley, and to thatchannel.com for helping me to get where I had to go right now.
Okay, well, thank you, Pat. And I'm pretty sure he's going to hear the message when we view this. But everybody, I do want to thank you. And I want to thank all my viewers today for watching Real Life Matters. Follow me on Instagram, DBoss_1, Real Life Matters, like the page, and all the social media. Also follow Pat, you can reach out to her on all the social media. So anyways, I'm thanking everybody again. So bye for now.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.